Just a brief update, as I've only been focusing on a number of pairs over the past week, in particular the Canadian pairs. I haven't posted a separate video on them as I've been open to a couple different ideas, but I do like the idea that they are continuing to move higher, so I'll go over those very briefly, starting with Australian US dollar. In my opinion, this pair is still correcting, and I'm still looking for a D wave here for an E wave up. This segment here, I do not see it as any different from this one or this one here for A. It's still moving down in threes. So there's a lot of divergence coming in down here on the new low. So I am looking for a move up still for E of the triangle. And if that does occur, it'll probably see anyone short from this region spiked out on a move up for E of the tri. So unless we see a breakdown much lower, I'm looking for a move up here, somewhere in this region for E of the triangle for the bearish idea. And then I continue to move lower. And New Zealand US dollar is still like the idea of another correction a bit higher. I don't think this was enough. It seems like this segment was just a part of this larger move. Overall, it still looks like a series of threes to me. So there's no change there. I'm not putting any of these as 5-wave moves overall. Okay, I want to spend some time on the Canadian dollar pairs because these were working very well to the long side a few days ago. I was trading this segment up with a mate of mine, and now it's looking like we have a correction here which is being reversed. So I'm looking for higher in New Zealand Canadian dollar. The idea overall is that this is a 3-wave move, and I like the idea that we are moving up here overall in a series of threes into this area, and then maybe a move down overall with the return of the Canadian dollar strength. Right now, the Canadian dollar has bullish sentiment at under 30%. That's it. So it is in the area where it can find some support, or rather re-entry of bulls. So Aussie Canadian dollar also looking higher in this pair. This has not changed. I'm still looking higher for the ending diagonal and then a move lower. So up in these pairs, there have been good reversals in both of these pairs today. US Canadian dollar, I was looking for a bit of a correction, like the idea was like this from here and then another high, but it's simply continued up. So I'm going to view this simply as one continuous swing for now. And overall, I'm still looking for this to reverse at some point quite soon. And there's going to be some divergence on the weekly if it does find that high. So the idea in the Canadian dollar pairs remains the same, higher until eventually turning lower. Now in Euro Canadian dollar, this leading diagonal is obviously done. The different view I have on this is more of a flat now. 5 waves here. This is a 3-wave correction, so like this, that's 3 waves. This also is 3 waves here. I'm not going to count this as 5. I see it as that's 3 waves. And now I'm looking at 5 waves for C. Now we have not slowed down. What I wanted to see was we have 1, 2, and 3, and I wanted to see a wave 4, but it hasn't materialized yet for one more high and then a reversal. So the idea is that we're looking for C of a flat, an expanded flat, and then a move lower. Now that may not happen overall, but that's the view at this time. And there were a series of good long moves over here. It's taken off again today. The euro has been very, very, very strong, as everyone's seen. Euro, New Zealand also, I was one gyration away, at least one gyration away on getting this. I thought we might have had a high in up here, but it looks like this is all part of one move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so let's see if we can find a high on this next move, because on the 4-hour chart, I thought I had it in here, but maybe 1, 2, 3, one more high, and then look for a reversal possibly in this and a bit of a correction. But overall, this has been very strong. Euro Australian has even eclipsed it recently. It's been very bullish. I don't have to count on this anymore. It looks like this is one segment here, but it's certainly fully bullish. And the pair that's been disappointing of all these has been Aussie New Zealand. Now, the idea is to find a correction of this, but so far that hasn't materialized at all. I don't want to yet propose that this is an X wave. I'm looking at this as a impulse and to find a correction here, basically. So this has not changed, but we need to see that materialize, because for now it's been steeper than the upward climb. Ultimately, if this does turn into an X wave, I will look at this as a bit of a bigger correction of this, and we'll still be bullish on it, just from lower down. Okay, I'll leave it there. There's some other pairs that I'm not looking at. Euro, US dollar, still moving higher strongly. Pound, or cable rather. And US dollar yen did find resistance here. I don't have a count on this. But you could probably make a case this is 5 waves, 3 into here, wave 4, and a count from there up. But I haven't put the work into that yet. In any case, US dollar looks bullish now overall in the monthly. Okay, good luck. Bye-bye.